and welcome to yet another episode of Polity with Apala, proudly presented by Nolo Digital. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Nolo Digital's YouTube if you want to stay up to date with our upcoming episodes. We come to you every other Saturday. It's a intellectual program where we talk about different offbeat topics. And the topic that we have chosen today is or let me say this, the first time I was introduced to this person, to this guest, to get an idea where she would fit in. I was not sure what to name the episode. The reason being, she's involved in so many different projects. She's a full-time student, she's an RJ, she's an entrepreneur, and much more. Initially I was going to name this show young mind and woman entrepreneur, or woman, or something along that line. But then something just hit me. Why name it a woman? Why do I have to define her as a woman and not as an entrepreneur? Why do I have to say a female, so and so, and not just that particular title? And then as we began to talk about the topics, we thought, how about strong woman, like versus like in today's world, or like in today's society. So the episode is titled Strong Woman versus Today's Society. Let's welcome our guest, none other than Miss Shraddha Shrestha. Hi, Shraddha.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Thank you. Good. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show, and I am just excited to be on your show. And I think this is your second episode. I watched your very first episode with Miss Rama Singh, and it was very interesting.
Mm.
Interesting to know her views, and I am so delighted to be on your show as a guest today.
Oh, thank you, the pleasure is all ours, trust me. So let's jump into our topic today, Aina.
Mhm.
Define a strong woman for me, please.
Okay, so that's a very good question, and also um, I do not have a particular definition of strong woman. Because what we see as a whole in a society, that if a woman is doing business, if a woman is achieving something outside the house, we kind of define that as a strong woman. But what I feel is the women who are taking care of family, household, and do every other things for their kids and their family, are also the strong woman. So I actually do not know where to put this definition, or how exactly I should define strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say overall, every woman are strong in their own areas,
Mm-hmm.
um, but to be certain about this question, what I would say is every women's are strong, and women, either they are taking care of a household, or women they are doing business, or women who are serving in a supreme court, they all are epitome of a strong woman, a very strong woman. So more like, let's say, the empowered woman, who nurture herself and everyone around her, as a strong woman.
Great. So all the characteristics that you mentioned about a woman, what if a man does it? Is he called a strong man?
um so I do not let's say, uh, a man by himself who do everything, the things I mentioned. I wouldn't call. Actually, I would call it as, this is kind of complicated question, but what I would say is a strong person, a strong man, definitely. And I do not want to be biased gender wise, because I do believe in gender equality. So I would say a man who fit in, a man who bring earning to home, and
Mhm.
a man who take a responsibility to make this community better. I can definitely call that person a strong man or a strong person.
So basically, to summarize, a person who takes accountability and who
Exactly.
and who fulfills their responsibility, like, be it a guy or a girl, they are strong in their own ways, I know.
Exactly. So I personally do not think a tag is needed to define a person. But then I do definitely believe in gender equality, and I take both men and women the equal part of the society. And
Right.
I do believe both of them are already empowered, and they just need to do things that they are responsible for.
Great, great. So to come to our topic today, it's often believed that strong women are not taken very positively by the society. So in this term, our definition of strong, like, strong woman or a strong lady, kind of varies, right?
Uh-huh.
But, yes, as you said, everybody is strong in their own way, but in the context, like, strong women are not taken positively. How do you go, like, how do you, like, define that phrase?
Okay, so I wouldn't say women are already very much empowered and very much strong from the very beginning, or from the beginning of the era. There
Mm-hmm.
has been so many changes, and there were so many movements that made women strong and empowered
Mm-hmm.
to break those ceiling classes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so coming back to your question, the woman versus the society. Um, Society is changing. The perception about the strong woman is changing, but it's in a crawling phase. We are
Mm-hmm.
getting there, almost there, but not there.
Right.
So what I would think, I mean, my opinion on that would be, it's not society versus woman, it's society and woman. But it would definitely take time, because in today's world, not everybody can digest the fact that women are being empowered and women are getting stronger. um, it might sound contradicting to the previous question,
Right.
but there are so many things to be taken care of, but
Mm-hmm.
then we are definitely going there.
In the right direction.
Yeah,
Great.
right direction.
Do you want to share, like, being an entrepreneur, being a RJ, being a full-time student, do you want to share anything, any incidents that made you view yourself as, different than a, like, a man? If a man had done it versus you doing it, what's the difference?
Okay, so what I felt at the very beginning of my career.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when I was in Nepal, let's talk about my RJ journey. So when I was back in Nepal, I wanted to be a radio jockey, and there were certain things I would go through. Let's say while taking the what is called while taking the training for my radio jockey session. Uh, in previous context of Nepal as well, अहिले पनि त्यस्तै नै छ. In today's context,
Mm-hmm.
it was not much safer for a woman to go around and then take the training and come back home
Mm-hmm.
safely. Kind of in context of safety, it was kind of different. And um, normally our society do not kind of digest strong woman doing her things in her own way. Let's say I want to be resilient and say, hey, I want to do business and I want to pursue this thing. uh, Normally society would take it like, okay, she is doing her own thing. Maybe she
Mm-hmm.
will not get a man to marry if she is getting high in calibers. She would need someone of her her standard to get married, kind of thing. And let's say I am doing business right now. So let's say if a man would have been doing business,
Mm-hmm.
I think there would have been much more support from the society. Not saying I'm not getting that.
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of blessed to have good people around me. But if a man would have done it, it would have been more supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kind of society is supportive in context of woman business these days. We can see
Right.
hashtags around a woman's business and let's support woman
Mm-hmm.
business kind of thing. But then uh, the need for those hashtags makes
Mm-hmm.
it more like. do we actually need hashtag, or do we actually need this kind of things to support a woman entrepreneur going in her own direction? So I would say I couldn't pinpoint on exact this things, but then
Mhm,
there is definitely a few things that would definitely make a man doing a business and a woman doing a business. Society
mhm, mhm.
can't easily digest those things. Let's put it that way.
Have you had, or do you want to share any incidents? Because yeah, as you said, woman entrepreneur, or hashtags, all the hashtags we use. Why can't we just say an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur, right?
Why can't we like? So have you had any incidents? Have you come across that? Oh, like being a girl, you started a business. Great. That comment is good, but it's at the same time they are kind of putting you down. So have you had
Yeah.
any incidents as such?
So few time back, I would feel, okay, people are calling me woman entrepreneur and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. And after I get into the business thing, and after a while, I felt like, okay, woman entrepreneur. So more like you said, why can't I just be entrepreneur, like a man? You don't call a man entrepreneur, or you say
Oh, like
certain gender is,
there's
yeah.
another word like boss baby or like boss babe.
Exactly,
Hate
exactly. So I am like I said, we are definitely getting there, breaking those ceiling glasses.
that.
So
Hmm.
maybe we would just get the hashtag as entrepreneur in future, definitely.
Okay, okay, great. They also say, and like as I was, preparing for this topic, as I was, kind of doing my homework towards what should I ask her, she's involved in so many different things. A thing came to my mind that often people say that a strong woman, by like in today's definition, not the first definition that we used, but by
Hmm.
today's definition, when a woman is very outgoing, she's considered to be not of a good character.
Hmm.
Have you encountered that?
Okay.
You want to share something, some incidents? I don't know.
Okay. So that's a good question as well. So let's put it this way.
Mm,
So being in a business world, being in a radio world, I have to take care of so many things. Being a producer myself for my show, I have to get along with certain kind of people,
mhm,
and I have heard those kind of things. Oh, okay, she's going around, she's doing her own things. Uh, Being so young, she's doing a business. She might have somebody behind her back, and things like that. So,
mhm.
getting back to your previous question, when a man do these things, they are not questioned in this way.
Right.
So, I can't remember exactly the situation, or let's say the incident that have happened with me, but I do definitely know there are people who question how I am able to do all kind of things, all sort of things, and there are people who would question. I definitely know there are people who would
Mhm,
definitely question women doing great things. So um, I would just say you just have to have your dream. You just need a direction, a right direction, a good guidance, a support from your family, and nothing would matter. They all are noises which you need to just ignore and move forward in your direction. So I would just say that to all the young women, not women, to all the young entrepreneurs.
right, right. So why do you think we are questioned as much? I mean, I'm sure if your brother did something, they would not ask.
Uh,
Do you know, or do you want to share what's the reason behind it? Or is it our
So
patriarchal?
yeah. So I think it's because the way how we grew up. Normally in our Nepali, let's say Nepali society,
Right.
what we have seen is a father. He go to office, he go to work, he bring earnings, he feed family, and our mother being so caring about all the things about father, children, and she's not so resilient like we are,
Mm-hmm.
and we have been seeing those kind of thing, the patriarchy society
Right.
going since so long, and it's so hard to break that but we are definitely on the way, like I said. um, I think it's because the way we grew up, we never saw mom in most of our family. We never saw mom going out in office, dad doing those cooking and cleaning things.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I think still the generation of my generation people, they still take woman being outgoing and woman doing a business as kind of
Like
okay,
extra.
she's doing this thing, and okay, she's going to office, she may not be the good candidate for marriage, and then she may not be the good housewife kind of
Mhm.
thing. So I would just say the way we grew up and the way our community, way our society have portrayed those kind of things.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha. That
yeah.
makes sense, actually. That does make sense.
Mhm.
Another point. So just clarifying our, our stand here. What do you think about when, like, someone says, or what do you have to say about when somebody says, "Oh, she's playing a woman card"?
Huh.
Hmm.
So there isn't actually a card for women or men. If we do our things in a good way, there isn't any woman or man card. But then there are few instances. It's not like playing a woman card, but you can't deny the fact that there are a few things biologically, naturally, by nature. There are a few things that do. Provide us not provide, I would say that would make us
There are
difficult to do.
advantages,
Yes, yes.
advantages for women.
Advantages as well, let's say disadvantages, like let me put it this way.
Hmm.
I do business and then I run all around for my business, but then there are certain times in a month where the PMS thing, where my mind is not going in a track.
Right.
Let's say for a married woman, the kids come to her as a first
Hmm.
priority.
Right.
So at this point of time, I do not call this instances as playing a woman card. It's by nature, biologically. So when I say I want to be equal to a man, when I say I want to be put it there equally, I do not say, hey, I just want to ignore all those biological things and I want to be a macho like a man. I just don't want to say that. What I want to
Hmm.
say that is, see, we are putting equal work together. Let's have the equal opportunities
Hmm.
and move forward to a better community.
Hmm.
So more like it's not a woman card. It's just the thing that we can't ignore. It's just the thing that has been given by nature, I
Right.
think.
So as you mentioned about the advantages, I thought you were kind of going towards, like, if it's a hospitality, like, field, if it's a call center field, women are normally much better at, like, kind of handling conflict situations. I mean, not, not, like, trying to put all our good points out there, but there are certain things a guy can do like thousand times better versus a girl, and there are certain things that a girl can do better than a guy.
Definitely.
I thought those advantages, as in, like, more subtle, because guys can't. I mean, there are subtle guys, but in average. So I thought that's where you're, like, I thought that's where you were going. So that's why I kind of added that advantages. But yeah, like, yeah, biologically, there are differences, but you're saying, like, mentally and educationally, we should be able to do whatever a guy can do.
Exactly, exactly.
Great, great. Do you think we need validation, like, why, like, that we are a strong woman? Sorry.
I don't think. Okay, so the validation thing is something that comes out from the outer environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not think validation is needed for a woman to be strong. See, the validation from outer people can change tomorrow. Let's say me as a person. I feel empowered. If I feel empowered by myself, if I can validate myself, then I can go in a very long run and I can achieve things that I want to. But if I kind of seek validation from outer environment and people who do not much matter to me,
Mm-hmm.
I do not think that would work in a long run. So I would just say, do not seek validation from anyone beside yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Great. Um, let's go to the point where you mentioned that how you manage everything, and just so that we provide that clarity to people who say that either it's a girl card, woman card, or either you have somebody backing you up. So can you share your a day in your life,
Mm-hmm.
how you go about it, how you go about handling school, RJing, entrepreneurship, philanthropist, everything. So if you do you want to give us a sneak peek how you do it?
Definitely. So, like you said, I do not have a particular schedule for everything. I just how do I put it? I just wake up in the morning and I kind of see through all my work that I need to perform, and I would just say it's a time management. I do not have actually the exact schedule thing, because I feel schedule are kind of, I would go to those schedule for 10, 15 days and then I get okay, same routine, same days, same breakfast kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What I would say is just set your priorities.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I set my priorities. I put out the works that I need to do in a week or in a day, and
Mm-hmm.
I just go and follow those. Moreover, what I would say is, if you do something with passion, I don't think anything is kind of impossible,
Mm-hmm.
because at my early days, when I used to do radio jockey, I wasn't kind of comfortable driving 45 minutes far away from my home to studio. So
Mm-hmm.
what I have to do at those time was take Uber or taxi to those destination and be back.
Mm-hmm.
So as a student who work and who pay her bills and things like that, it was kind of difficult. But then that was the passion that drove me to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, what I would say is just manage your time, set your priorities, do pick things you want to do, and just get your head straight and move
Mm-hmm.
toward that direction. Yeah. So
Okay.
to be particular about your question, I couldn't give you exact things that I do, because like I said, I would follow kind of routine, and then after 15 days, I get, oh, okay,
Kind of
same day,
bored of
same,
it.
yeah, kind of
Mm-hmm.
bored of those things. So I would just say time management and picking priorities first.
Great, great. I'm sure all the young guys and girls out there who are watching you, who want to start a business or start something new, start any project, I'm sure they are hearing from you how you do it. And if you have to say couple things as your greatest strength, that drove
Mhm.
you this far, what would it be?
Okay, so I would say passion,
Okay.
and I would say dreams. So this is one of the incident that I would like to share it with you. So when I was studying in class 8, grade 8, I wasn't pretty much sure I would be coming to US, pursuing my American dreams and stuff. But I used to carry a diary that I used to journal since I was studying in grade 4. So I used to write my days on those diaries. And I remember when I was in class 8, I wrote, I want to do philanthropy, and then I want to have my own home, have my own organization, orphan organizations. And I still have that diary on the back of myself. I carried that all the way from Nepal to here. And after coming here to United States, I again bought a diary from Walmart. And um, after landing here in fourth day, I wrote my plans, what I want to achieve in 4 years, 5 years plan. So I wrote, I want to do business, I want to do radio jockey,
Mhm.
I want to have an organization that would help people who are not so privileged. I help through my organization to those kids who are so good at study but they can't afford. So I wrote all my dreams, and then when I feel low, when I feel demotivated, when I
Hmm.
feel like it's not going to happen, it's too far away from
Right.
your reach, I just go back to those things that I wrote and I reread them, and then I am like, okay, so let's go and get it again. So I would say to the people who are listening to me or watching me right now,
Mm-hmm.
just write down the things that you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever you feel demotivated, go back, read it, and I am definitely, I'm 100% sure you will get that motivation again. So that's what I do. I write and read a lot. So whenever I feel kind of it's not going in the right direction, I just go back
Mm-hmm.
and then see those diary, and see my dreams that
Mm-hmm.
what I have seen years back,
Right.
and again
Right.
start pursuing them.
That is really great, actually. That reminds me of, I don't know who said it, but it's like if you want something really bad, you have to write
Hmm.
it down. That's like manifestation, right? You are
Exactly.
speaking your dreams out to the world. It might sound very silly to a lot of people out there. I know they're like, that's so silly. Hard work is required, or this is required. I mean, there is no certain like points that you can categorize things,
Hmm.
right? What
Hmm.
works for you and what not. But yeah, that does remind me of that manifestation. Just
Right.
dream it, like dream it so bad that on those
Hmm.
days when you're low or when you're not feeling it, you can go back to it
Right.
and get re-energized. That is
Right.
really great. Thank you
So
so much. Uh, it was
thank you.
really good to like listen to all your suggestions and ideas and your experience. And
Hmm.
sorry,
Thank you so much.
something.
Um, I would just say to all the young people, to all the people watching this, so I would just say go get your dreams.
Hmm.
Nothing is bigger, nothing is that far. You
Right.
just need to have the courage to pursue your dream.
Hmm.
Just go get it. It's the sky is limit, and you can achieve anything that you have dreamt of.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. We thoroughly enjoyed your show. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Your presence in the show. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you so much, Apala. Thank you.
Great, great. All right. Thanks, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like Nolo Digital's page if you want other episodes updated, anything latest and the greatest. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.